That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday. Listen to me how beat speed up like a battle.
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk back out with another video. And I got my co-host Chuck Full Damage Miller with me.
What up?
And we're going to be talking about day 9 of the Chicago Bears training camp. And we're also going to be talking about the Chicago Bears not playing Caleb Williams and their starters for this upcoming Hall of Fame game, man. Football is definitely back. It's in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
And then, I mean, we got the Hard Knocks thing coming up August 6th, man. The trailer already is out, man. They're about to wrap up the Hard Knocks special for the New York Giants, and Chicago Bears Hard Knocks is about to be starting. I'm gonna see if I can watch it on HBO. I'm gonna see if I can get HBO to watch it. Yes, but guys, make sure to before we start this video, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you can get the latest and greatest in regards to Chicago Bears news, and not only Chicago Bears news, but Chicago sports in general, guys. But let's just dive into this video, guys. So Matt Eberflus, of course, we'll start with the press conference that they had today. Matt Eberflus, talked about how the starters were not going to play in the Hall of Fame game this upcoming Thursday. And I mean, I don't really know how much, like you said earlier before we start this video, Chuck. I mean, I don't agree with them not starting some of the starters, specifically the offensive line in general and the rookie quarterback, because I mean, before you started this video, you saw what they did last year with Justin Fields. They didn't start in that week 1 game, and you saw how that went out. They started 0-4, and Matt Eberflus is always talking about preparation, always being prepared. But I mean, these are the type of reps that matter. Yeah, I get it. Training camp is important, but I mean, this is live football. You got to make him sure he's always prepared for live football, because live football is different from training camp. You're not touching each other. You're not making any contact. These guys are making contact. They're going 150 miles per hour. So you want to make sure your quarterback is ready for live football.
Right.
And I mean, me personally, I don't agree with it. I think that he should play Caleb Williams, because I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know why some of these teams keep coddling, these rookies or whatever, saying, "Oh, let's put them in a bubble wrap." I'm like, this is football, for God's sake. This is gridiron football, man. Like, there's always a possibility for injuries to happen, man. And
Exactly. Welcome out there, KO Sports Talk, man. Those of y'all that's viewing in, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe on this podcast. Shout out to all of the Bears fans and non-Bears fans that tune in. Coach, I don't really understand the rationale behind Matt Eberflus, whose name is going to fluctuate depending on where he is, where we are in the year, and what he's doing. From my end, from Eberflus to Eberflus. Right now, he's in the Eberflus mode, because I don't really understand the rationale behind sending a bunch of rookies. It doesn't make sense to sit players who, and not just the rookies, but even the veteran players that you sign. It doesn't make sense to sit them in a real live game type of scenario where they can really get a grip and a grasp on what it is that's going to be required of them when the regular season starts. So it doesn't make sense to me for them to sit these guys. Caleb Williams needs all the reps that he can get against potential opponents in the NFL, because he needs to see what the competition from the other side looks like. Thus far, only thing he's seen in the NFL is the Chicago Bears defense. Now, granted, we got a great defense, but they're not laying their ears back and going out there trying to kill him, bro. You know what I mean? They're not going out there trying to lay the wood to Caleb Williams, trick him, with zone coverages or fake blitzes and what have you to get him to coax him into throwing interceptions. They're not out there doing that, bro. So, it just, it doesn't make any sense to sit this guy. He needs to see what that looks like at the NFL level. And I'm pretty sure it's nothing that's comparable, I should say, to the to playing against professional NFL defenses as opposed to college defenses. You can't compare the two. College defenses aren't that staunch. They are very bland in their attack. They either blitz you all out or they drop all back in coverage.
They're all back in coverage, yeah.
Right. They man to man or they zone, and they don't really disguise nothing, bro.
It's either one or the other.
Right. You're getting whatever they're giving you up front, because it's not necessarily required. Defenses at the NFL level, they're very intricate, bro. They're very intricate. And so
they're throwing all different types of coverages at you, different types of defensive coverages, yeah.
Yeah. Coach, before we go any further, this is on my heart to say, bro. So I'm just gonna
go ahead.
Just want to send a shout out to T.O. and Real Street Sports Talk and the family. Let them know that our prayers are with you all. They lost their mother a few days ago, and it's tough. Anyone losing loved ones, but especially moms. So just want to send our prayers and our condolences out to T.O. to let him know, that we with him and we're praying for him and the family. Be strong and take courage, keep your spirits up. So I just wanted to put that out there, people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, back to what we were speaking on here. Yeah, I don't know what they hope to accomplish by not playing Caleb Williams. It's like they think they got some kind of secret weapon in Caleb Williams. I hate to break the news to you, Matt Eberflus, or whatever you want to be called today, but the video is already out on Caleb Williams. Everybody already knows how he plays. He's the number one pick in the draft. You're delusional if you think teams have not done their homework. What's going on, Ron? I see you out there, bro. Claws up, bears down. You're delusional if you are out here and you don't think that these teams are preparing for Caleb Williams or some kind of way you're going to surprise them with a Caleb Williams, explosion or Roma Doomsday deep ball pass, a 50-50 ball catch. These people already know that is coming. They got years and years and years and years of film on Keenan Allen. There's tons of video that they got just from last year alone on DJ Moore. So you're not surprising them. They know what Cole Kmet brings to the table. Joe Everett's been in this league for a long time, so there's plenty of film on him. I don't know what you're hiding by not playing Caleb Williams. Now, if it's a thing where you're afraid that he's going to get injured, then mayhap you should not have drafted him because he is a football player after all. And football players are going to get hit. That's the name of the game. That's the way it goes. Caleb is a smart guy, though. He's very intelligent. He's tougher than what most people give him credit for. That guy is really tough. And he knows how to keep himself upright. Not going to get out there and let nobody kill him. You know what I mean? And if our O-line is as good as we want to prescribe to our fan base and that it is, then they would be ready to put their lives on the line literally to protect this kid. So, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and I also wanted to go over some live before we go over some live updates in regards to day 9's padded practice, because this is day 3 of padded practices. I know like a couple of days, the offensive line has been dominated, like with the pads on. Like the defense has literally been dominating the offense. The last couple practices, and this is as to no surprise, man. The last couple years, the defense has always had the upper hand on the offense. Specifically like the offensive line. The defensive line has been terrorizing this offensive line, but specifically, Javon Dexter and Montez Sweat. I want to talk specifically about Javon Dexter because this guy, this guy has literally been in the lab, has literally been putting in the work in the offseason. This guy has literally been shedding some weight. He's put on like a lot of muscle. I don't know if you already seen some of the pictures on Twitter, but this guy looks very lean. He looks very quick. I mean, there's a couple stuff that he also needs to work on, like his endurance. A lot of coaches says he also needs to work on being more ready for the fourth quarter, and that's what he wants to do. He's very quick on his get off. I mean, the guy's been out, out pressuring the offensive line, the centers. I mean, this guy is he's gonna be a problem this upcoming season. I mean, I don't know about you, Chuck, but I see this kid that he's gonna be making a very, very big impact this upcoming 2024 season.
Yeah, and I think he's really diversifying his abilities with toning up, working on his game in the offseason, what have you. Because from what I've been seeing in the training camp, Javon Dexter looks like, he's evolved from just being a defensive tackle to he could potentially be the edge rusher that we're missing on the other side. I'm seeing a guy that's really quick off the ball at the snap. He's beating whatever protections are in front of, whatever blockings are in front of him. And I mean, he's doing it with ferocity. He's getting to the quarterback at lightning
consistently.
Now, I don't know what his bend is coming off the edge, because that's not something you necessarily, rate defensive tackles by. What's going on, Ayo? That's not something you necessarily rate defensive tackles by. But with his advancements and his growth within a year's time, if this guy can show you that he can take the edge and go hard off of it, get into that quarterback, I'd be hard pressed not to slide him over, bro. I think we are more stockpile at defensive tackle than what people realize. I think Zach Pickens is going to need room to maneuver. He's going to need room to grow down there, because if you keep Javon Dexter there, he's going to take that away from him, and Zach will never get a chance to get out there. He's not even Andrew Billingsley anytime soon. You know what I mean? So if it shows itself that Javon Dexter can handle that edge, I wouldn't have a problem putting him over there, Go. I'll tell you a lie, bro.
Exactly.
I would not have a problem, even if it's just in the backup role, in the backup situation behind DeMarcus Walker. I think that would be great. I think that would be great.
And some of the rookies that have also been stepping up, like Austin Booker. Austin Booker has also been making an impact too. Like, he's been playing with some of the ones too. I don't know about you if you heard on the reports, but Austin Booker, he's also been getting some practice reps with the ones as well, and he's also been making a bit of an impact too. I mean, don't be surprised, by probably week 6 or between week 6 to week 8, you see him starting alongside Montez Sweat, because this kid Austin Booker, he's already also having an impact too, with also the defensive line as well too.
Oh yeah. Well, Austin Booker is a raw talent, and so we knew going into training camp what we were getting in this kid. The thing right now is about him progressing, and what they're seeing. They're seeing the progression. They're seeing the rough edges start to kind of get polished up now. The diamond in the rough that we believe that Austin Booker can be for this defense, he's starting to show flashes of that. But he's still got a ways to go. He's still got a ways to go. He's a big, raw, and uncut. You know what I mean? He's a little rough around the edges, but yeah, Austin Booker, he has super, super talent, and the sky's the limit for this kid.
He has a lot of upside.
Yes, the sky is the limit for this guy. If he can continue to grow and progress and get better and stronger where he's weaker at and unpolished that and unlearned that, we could be potentially in 2 or 3 years be looking at a Pro Bowler in this kid, bro. I believe that. I believe that. I believe in Austin Booker's talent, bro. This guy he's got an edge to him. He's got an edge to him.
Right. And going back to the offensive line, I mean, it's kind of been shaky. I mean, I think, was it day 8 or day 9? I mean, day 8 was a good day of practice. Caleb Williams, he threw a couple touchdowns to Roma Dunze and Keenan Allen. One was a touchdown to the far right-hand corner of the end zone, where he was draped by 2 defenders, and Roma Dunze was able to go up and get the touchdown pass. And another one was toward Keenan Allen. It was a 30-yard touchdown pass where he had to roll out he rolled all the way. He rolled out because he was getting immediate pressure from his left side, and he rolled out and he was able to find Keenan Allen. But like I said, man, and Caleb Williams, I have no problem with him. That's not the problem. It's just the offensive line has been shaky, very, very shaky, man. And specifically, with Nate Davis and them shifting between Coleman Shelton as well as Ryan Bates.
Ryan
So
Bates.
I mean, like it's just been shaky, man. Like there's no real starting five, with this offensive line. There's no set. Our starting offensive line is not really set. Our starting five offensive line is not set, man. And so that's the thing I'm really concerned, with this offensive line. But Chuck, I also kind of wanted to get your thoughts, with this offensive line and what's just been going on, like.
Yeah, well, if I'm totally honest with you, Cole, I kind of saw this coming down the road, bro. Because I feel like what's going on, Uncle Fuzzy? I see you with the bear down. I like that name, Uncle Fuzzy. That's a cool
Uncle
name.
Fuzzy.
It seems like to me Ryan Poles has constantly been trying to cut corners with this offensive line, bro. If I'm just being totally honest, you're trying to get basement bargain value price players to fill in and play stud type positions that really requires a workhorse, a bull, if you will, a nasty guy to get in the trenches. And there are certain positions you can get away with that in the NFL, but I'm sorry, offensive line is not one of them.
You can't get away with
too many ferocious defensive linemen that are trying and gnashing at the teeth to get past the offensive lineman to get to that quarterback. For you to have makeshift players out there trying to hold the fort in front of them. What you're doing is you're putting your quarterback in a compromised position every single time that you do this. This is the reason why people, and I'm going to dip back here in the past a little bit. This is why Justin Fields was the best running quarterback you ever seen, not named Lamar Jackson, because that man was running for his life behind a makeshift offensive line that was not protecting him. It was not getting him done. And if they don't shore up the weaknesses in this offensive line, you're going to see more of what you saw from Justin Fields. You're going to see more of that from Caleb Williams, to where he's going to be running for his life. It's not some magic formula that you just get a top high-end talented QB in here, and all of a sudden you just start winning games and you go to Super Bowls. And no, everybody's not Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's not able to float around and play sandlot football. They're hoping and praying to God that Caleb Williams is one of those guys, and his game film is showing that he possibly could be one of those guys at this level. But there's no guarantee that that's going to translate to this level. So I'm at the point. Thank you, Uncle Fuzzy. Says he's new to the channel. Great stuff, Uncle Fuzzy. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Ron, you're not new to this channel. You've been here before. Stop it.
He's been here before. Oh, you talking Ron? Ron, that's Ron. I'm new to.
He's just joking.
But you're asking this guy to play off schedule all the time. And the one thing about young QBs, you don't want them to get into the habit of always having to play off schedule. Because when you get play, and what that means when I say off schedule, people, just so you understand, off schedule means you need your quarterback to be able to produce and make plays once the play that as is designed breaks down. So let's say if the
he has to play in rhythm within
the slot
structure,
receiver is supposed to run a curl route, and then you got the X receiver, running the deep post, and the other receiver, the number 2 receiver, running a slant. If all those plays are covered, and this QB needs to buy time or make a play or improvise a play to keep the play alive, so to speak, or to be productive on the play. Now you got him running around. You got this QB running around and making what's known as off schedule plays. The play is broken down, so now he's got to point people to where he needs them to go, or he's got to see a lane and break and run for it, so that he can keep the play alive and it will be a productive play and he won't end up, losing yardage or getting sacked or throwing an interception of some sort, on the play.
And that was a problem last year with Justin Fields. He had to run a lot because this makeshift offensive line,
Exactly.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, like Ryan Poles, I just pray to God because people are saying, oh, temper your expectations for Caleb Williams. Dude, do you know how much we gave up to get Caleb Williams? Like, Ryan Poles put a lot of investment in Caleb Williams. We could have gave up that number 1 pick to get multiple picks. We could have gotten Jackson Powers Johnson. We could have gotten another stud center. We could have gotten
we could have gotten
Joe Alt. Yeah, we
Yeah.
could have gotten a whole bunch. And people are saying temper your expectations because he's a rookie quarterback. No, we're putting a lot of expectation on Caleb Williams because we gave up a lot. We're that number 1 pick could have been a haul. And Caleb Williams, he has to live up to that number 1 pick because like you said, Chuck, like we're going through like this makeshift offensive line, with between Coleman Shelton and Ryan Bates. We and also, with Nate Davis also being injured and not playing. It's like we got to keep going through this and like
right.
And we don't want our quarterback to go through this where he has to play out of structure and he has to always point to the wide receiver to say, oh, go over there, when the whole thing of the game is that you got to play in structure. You got to make sure your quarterback is playing in structure. You got to make sure this is a clean game. You got to make sure that your offensive line is keeping your team upright. You don't want that.
Right. Exactly. So it's I mean, there are a few things that Ryan Poles has to come to grips with. And let me address these things first. Well, let me say this first.
Go ahead.
In terms of putting pressure on Caleb Williams, I got to be honest with you, Kof. The pressure that I am applying to Caleb Williams to win 10 games, because that's my base level requirement for him, it is not necessarily a pressure that I'm pressing on him. I'm really putting that on the general manager. I'm putting that on Ryan Poles because this is a big boy decision that he made to move Justin Fields, a guy that was due $23 million this year. If he stayed, if the Bears picked up his contract, picked up his 5th-year option and all of this other stuff, 4th-year option or whatever. So you made a big boy move. You gave up on the guy who you were already structuring this team around. You were already establishing offensive weapons, deep threat offensive weapons like a DJ Moore as this guy's go-to guy. You already had a Cole Kmet who's a deep threat coming out of the tight end position for you. You put in explosive running backs around him, with the Khalil Herberts, and you went and got a Roshan Johnson. You shored up, so to speak, some of the needs on the offensive line, and you were yet working on that. When you put those pieces in place, and then you decide to take the main piece that you had in place and move it like you're playing chess, you move that piece to the other side of the board, and now you place Caleb Williams in his place. Now it's your duty, since you remove Justin Fields as being the king and you place him in a pawn position, and you've now placed Caleb Williams in that king position. Those of y'all that know chess, you understand the reference. Now it's your job, your responsibility to protect this guy, to protect your king. You have got to protect Caleb Williams, and you've got to keep that kid upright, and you've got to give him a chance to be successful. So hiding him from the Hall of Fame game is not the way.
You're not protecting him. You're actually making it worse for him.
Right. You're going to make him, you're going to put him behind the 8 ball, so to speak, because now he doesn't get to see a real live gameplay
NFL game.
Right. The game moves at a very fast pace, way faster than this kid's ever seen at the college level. So all that running around he was able to do in college and keeping plays alive for 2.5 minutes before he makes a throw down the field, he's not going to get that kind of time.
Right. These are the best of the best of the best NFL athletes, the best,
Absolutely.
the best.
And if he is not up to speed, if he's not up to snuff, come day one of the regular season, when that ball is snapped, he's going to be in trouble, and it's not going to be his fault. It's not going to be Caleb Williams' fault. So the pressure is really on the shoulders of Ryan Poles. And let me say this while I'm talking about it. So we were talking before we went on the air. There are certain things that Ryan Poles, as the general manager, he just has to accept the reality of. One, not every pick that you make or every trade that you make is going to be a great pick or a great trade. It may look like that to the eye, but nobody gets them all right. I don't care how much money Jerry Jones has spent. He's not gotten every pick in Dallas right, bro. You know, I don't care how many great moves Bill Belichick has went and found, you know, with the value plays that he brought in. Not every one of them panned out to be Hall of Fame caliber players, bro. You know, you're going to have some hits and you're going to have some misses when you're a general manager. He has to learn to accept the fact that with Chase Claypool, he missed. That was a miss on him. With Velus Jones, when he drafted him as his first overall draft pick,
looking like a miss.
Chicago Bears general manager, he was a miss. Now, with the trade and signing, with the signing of Nate Davis in free agency, he is proving to be a miss. And Nate Davis is one of our offensive tackles, people, in case you all don't know. He has not been good when he's out there, and he's rarely out there, people. This guy's missing training camps. He's missing practices. He's missing full-on games. He missed half the season last year, bro. Over half the season. Come on, bro. At some point, you got to cut bait with this. We don't have time to play with grown men who don't want to do their job. Move around. Admit that you missed the mark. You gave that money away, and there's nothing you can do about that. Cut bait with Nate Davis, and let's move on, bro. We need to.
And the part that got me, you know, with Matt Eberflus was like saying that Nate Davis, if he was healthy, he would be the starter, bro. He should not even be the automatic starter, bro, because of the time that he has missed. I mean, like this guy.
I mean, but you're paying Nate Davis, you're paying him starter money. Yeah. So it's gonna be hard to convince your owners that you can give a guy starter money and have him coming off the bench. That don't add up to me if I'm an owner, bro. If I'm giving you starter money, your head coach,
you have to start. You have to start.
You better find a way to get that dude in there, and he better be productive, because I am spending money on this guy. I'm spending millions.
They put a lot of money when this guy's right.
Exactly. What is he getting, like $10 million a year or something ridiculous? You know, but for him, something ridiculous for him. It's not ridiculous for an offensive lineman, but the money that they're giving Nate Davis, it's really been a waste, bro.
Oh my God.
And at some point, you just got to cut ties with it, bro. You got to cut bait with it. So really, to be honest with you, this year is I'm not gonna say Ryan Poles is on the hot seat, but this seat is starting to warm up, bro. Especially if that offensive line does not gel. And now you're adding wood to the fire by not playing Caleb Williams in the first opportunity that this kid has a chance to play.
Typical Matt Eberflus.
It makes sense. That does not make sense. And if I am the GM, knowing that my job could possibly be on the line if this doesn't work out, I am telling Matt Eberflus, you have got to play this kid. You got to at least give him 1 or 2 series, bro. Put him out there. Let him get his feet wet. You're doing Caleb Williams a disservice.
1 or 2 drives, yeah.
There. And not only that, you're doing Keenan Allen a disservice. And you're doing
your offensive line a disservice.
You're even doing DJ Moore a disservice, because this is a kid he's never played with. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is not rocket science. This is not that hard. You got to put these players out there and give them the opportunity to gel together. Now we're going to go into another season where everybody was on a slow start, trying to figure out how to get it going and how to get in sync with each other. We started off 0-4 last year because of this. You got Justin Fields out here playing, pretending like he's Aaron Rodgers when he is not Aaron Rodgers. You ask that kid to do that when this is not that kid's game. And you had to be 0-4 before Luke Getsy got the heck out of the way and decided to let this kid turn this kid loose. This kid had to go to the media and tell you he's playing too robotic, too mechanical, and it's in the play calling. He had to go to them to get that relayed, bro.
You're right, and
Utterly
it's not only that. It's
bro.
not only that. Is that you also got to build chemistry with the offensive play caller too. I mean, you don't want to show the opposing team everything, but you want to make sure. You also want to make sure that that the quarterback and the offensive play caller are in sync with each other, because, like you said last year, chemistry matters. Chemistry matters in this game. You don't have
chemistry if you don't work together under pressure. That's where the chemistry comes from. Oh, look, Caleb, they blitzed you from the right side and you had the receiver open to your left side. This is what we're going to do on the next play. This is how you develop chemistry. So he'll understand what to do in those situations. You want him to stand back there. You want him to just make magic, huh? He's got to come in and instantly be Patrick Mahomes, huh? Run around, to try to save his own life and to save the Bears and put his cape on and fly, leap from a tall building in a single bound. This is what we got to do now, huh? This is what we got to do. After you spent all this money, after you brought in Keenan Allen, after you brought in DJ Moore, after you picked up Roma Dunze with the 9th pick in the draft, after you brought in Gerald Everett, after you brought in DeAndre Swift, now he got to go play Superman, Caleb Williams. Got to go. Come on, man. Come on,
like
man.
What he did at USC.
Yeah.
Like,
come on. This is bordering the ridiculous now, bro. There's no excuse for Matt Eberflus. There's no excuse for Ryan Poles at this point. I don't care that you spent money and brought in shiny new toys. You still got to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, you could have signed Connor Williams, man. Connor Williams hasn't been signed yet, man. For real.
Bring him. What are we waiting on? You see the struggles. You see Ryan Bates and Coleman Shelton is not working out right now.
We're still dealing with these penalties. We're still dealing with these penalties, man. Like, come on, man. Like multiple penalties in practice. How much do you think is going to be in a game, man? Like, when the game is actually there, you know how much a drive killer those penalties can be. And you saw what happened last year with the penalties. It was a problem last year. It was like 1st and 10, false start. Second and it goes to 1st and 20 now. And now we're playing from behind. And then in the second and 30, false start.
If you're not starting these guys,
those are drive killers.
They're going to get ready for the regular season. You have to make it make sense. And right now, this makes absolutely no sense. Flip asks a question. Who do y'all think is playing in this Hall of Fame game?
Tyson Bagent. They're going to have the backups playing. The backups are going to be playing.
Yeah, Tyson Bagent, Jatari Carter. Yeah. Who else? Tyler Scott's going to probably be the number one receiver. Felix Jones, the ex.
I also want to talk about Tyler Scott, too. Tyler Scott, he's been
He's been looking great, bro.
He's been looking great in practice, man. Very great.
Yeah, he really has.
Like, he has been one of the stars in training camp.
Yeah, he definitely due for a breakout season, but this is ridiculous, bro. I mean, come on, man. Football is a game of X's and O's. It is not rocket science, bro. You have got to get to the point where you understand how to make those X's and O's work. Keep it simple. You need to use the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. That's the KISS rule. The KISS rule says
don't kill it.
Right. If you got players that have never played in an NFL game together before, play them in an NFL game together. Come on, man. What are we doing here? This is crazy. Who's going to be your starting running back? Roshan Johnson in the Hall of Fame game? Really? So you really think so? It's getting to the point where the Bears, once and again, 2 years in a row, are thinking that they're cuter and more readier to play at the NFL level than what they are. They saw some new toys that they had around Justin Fields last year. He got in the preseason game, threw 2 screen passes, got 2 long touchdowns. Oh, he ready. We don't need to play him no more. We don't need to work on nothing else. We just gonna run these 2 plays over and over and over and over again, and it's gonna work like magic, right? Okay. And after the 0-4 start, the light bulb came on. We don't need another 0-4 start, people. We don't need that, especially when you look at the back end of this schedule. and how it's stacking up. Our first 8 games, I would say 6 or 7 of them are very winnable for us. From 8 on, it's a gauntlet, people. It's a gauntlet.
It's a gauntlet.
You're talking about 6 division games in 8 weeks. That means we have the Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Green Bay Packers 2 times apiece within an 8-week period of time from each one of them. That's 6
and let's not mention the 49ers too.
Jesus, I don't even want to think about the 49ers. That's too far ahead. That's way over our head right now, bro. I'm not going to tell you no lie that we are not ready to see no 49ers, bro. But that being said, bro, it's ridiculous. And it tells me Matt Eberflus has absolutely no idea what he's doing. And if that's not his decision and somebody else is making that decision, he doesn't need to be the head coach of this team, bro. He doesn't need to be the head coach.
That's definitely a miss by Ryan Poles, picking the wrong head coach.
No, he didn't pick him. He didn't pick him. Nepotism picked him. We talked about that all last season.
We're talking
but
about.
That being said,
it's
an easy fix. You could move this guy out the way. I don't care if you got to bump him up and give him a new office position. Do what you got to do. Create a position for him. If the family wants him to have a check, let them give him a check. That's fine. But get this guy out the way. He has no clue what he's doing. Let Shane Waldron be your head coach. What's the problem? He's going to run the offense anyway. Come on now. And I think our defensive coordinator, Eric Washington, is a good one, bro. I'm looking at how he's got this defense flying around in the in the training camp, bro. And this defense was already top 5 to close out the season, bro. We were already top 5. We already tied the 49ers for the most interceptions in the league. And we did that on the back end of the season, not the front end of the season. I mean, come on, bro. What are we doing? Are we just playing footsies or are we playing football? What are we doing?
He said, mind if I hop in? Hold up, Mike. We're kind of like we're kind of in schedule right now.
We're in the heat.
Yeah. Thanks for coming though, man. Like you have to let me know in advance before I let you in, bro. Like we have to. I just can't just let people in,
Mm-hmm. And so we're at that point now where the evaluation is going higher than the players now, because now you move Justin Fields. He was a problem in your mind. Even if he wasn't the problem, he was the problem in your mind. So now you got him out the way. Now you don't want to put in Caleb Williams. Now you call yourself fixing all the other problems.
This guy right here.
It's not a love fest. We're making the point that the
this is reality, bro.
The general manager made moves, and one of those moves that he made was a big one in moving the centerpiece of everything that he was building. You move the centerpiece out the way and you changed it to another piece. That's fine. I love Caleb Williams. I love what I've seen on film of him. I don't have a problem with him being the Chicago Bears quarterback. But now you're still going to put him in the same position that you're putting Justin Fields in, with a shaky offensive line. That is unacceptable to me. You can't put Caleb Williams in the same fix that you just had Justin Fields in. You cannot do that to this kid. That is not fair to him. That is not right.
That's a failure on the organization's part.
Exactly. And so I'm holding Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus accountable for the decisions that they are now making. It's Matt Eberflus' fault that they're not playing this kid or these starters who just got together on this team in a preseason game where they need the reps together so that they can get.
And you have a new offensive coordinator. You're trying to get to know how he plays in a real live game.
The players are still learning cadences. You already had problems with the offensive line, jumping all sides and not understanding Caleb Williams' cadences. They need reps together. And then I'm holding Ryan Poles accountable because he's the one thought he could go and get all these value players on the offensive line and makeshift it and glue it together and think that it was going to stick in front of Caleb Williams. And that's not fair to Caleb Williams. That is not fair to that kid to ask him to come in here and play hero his first time ever stepping on the NFL field. That is not fair to him. So the Heat right now,
and like you said, what's his name? What he said, you could have signed Connor Williams by now. You could have signed him. Seriously, and that could have made the offensive line a little bit more easier, a little
Right.
more breathing room.
And I understand you have your picks, Brian Poles. You in love with Brian Bates. I don't have a problem with you doing that, but you got to keep things in perspective. Whether you like that kid or not, whether you like Ryan Bates or not, he's a career backup. Ryan Bates is not a starter. He wasn't a starter in Buffalo.
No.
He had a couple of games that he started, but that was due to injuries. So, this dude is not a career starter. Coleman Shelton, God bless him.
He's a backup.
When he was with the Rams, he did what he did. But these guys are not starter material. Nate Davis is a complete, utter failure. He dropped the ball on Nate Davis. That guy is not the answer for this offensive line. We need stable pieces in this offensive line. And giving everybody $5 and saying go get $1 million job done is ridiculous, bro. We cannot keep doing that. We cannot keep doing that, bro. And that's what the problem is. So it's not a love fest flip with Justin Fields, bro. Trust me, it's not. We're just sizing up the organization and seeing where the wrinkles and where the flaws are at. The heat is on right now. The heat is starting to come on, and it's going to start coming on from this point on to Matt Eberflus and to Ryan Poles. They got to be held accountable for this, bro. You don't put no rookie quarterback in this type of untenable
behind that
position.
makeshift offensive line, and we've been screaming it from the mountaintops these past couple months. But even before we got Caleb Williams, what Justin Fields, man, you saw the numbers. The pressure rate. Right. Justin Fields was one of the highest pressure quarterbacks in the league. That the offensive line was ranked but dead last in pressures given up in the NFL. Like this was a glaring issue, and it's still going on right now.
And
it was never the
scary thing about.
Go ahead.
The scary thing about that, Kof, is it was a glaring issue, and you addressed it in the offseason. And with the addressing that you did of it, it's still a shaky situation, bro. It's still unstable. You still don't have a clean pocket for Caleb Williams to stand in and pick a defense apart in. Your defense, and granted, maybe our defense is just that good, Kof. Maybe they just that good that they're so dominant that no offensive line is going to be able to stand in front of them. I'm hoping and praying to God that's what the issue is here. And maybe the offensive line is better than prescribed. They're just getting exposed a little bit because of the great defense that we're running up against. But if that's not what's happening in these training camps, then once and again, Ryan Poles, you have dropped the ball, bro. You've got to be held accountable for that, bro. You can't keep getting away with this. You don't pay Nate. Who was the highest paid offensive lineman we got? Nate Davis. Is he the highest paid guy on this offensive line? You got.
Let's not talk about Karan. Karan is also dealing with injuries too. Karan Amagaji is dealing with injuries.
Right. You got all these studs out here, and even he is considered a wild factor value pick because he's coming from Yale. So we don't really know how polished he's going to be at the NFL level. Constantly trying to pay everybody but the offensive line is going to be a problem in Chicago. You can have all the pretty shiny toys you want to have, bro. You can have them all. Heck, you could have kept Justin Fields and went and traded and got all them other toys. And if you still didn't adjust this offensive line, you would still have the same problem, bro. You would still have the same problem. The definition of insanity is doing the same things you have always done and expecting different results. Doing the same thing is going to get you the same thing. It ain't going to change.
Don't be surprised if we go 8-9, 7-10 because of this.
If we go 7-10, Brian Poles' job needs to be on the hot seat, bro.
Yeah,
you added too much here, bro. Matt Eberflus needs to be fired, and Ryan Poles' job needs to be on the hot seat. You've added too much to this team. You've moved pieces around. You've added more pieces. You've got NFL prognosticators talking about the Bears could win the Super Bowl in Caleb Williams' first year. They out here talking like this, bro. You have put a spotlight on this team like never before.
Freaking Rich Eisen said they're going to go to the NFC Championship game. They might go to the Super Bowl. Adam Rank has him going 12-5 and going to the Super Bowl. Nick Wright has him going as far as to the Super Bowl. I mean,
and winning. He has
winning.
It's ridiculous.
Come on.
So now you put all these toys in everybody's face, and that's great. The toys are there. But bro, what you gonna do about your QB, your high-end QB? You got this guy standing back there, and you gonna let him do what? He gonna have to fly around town? What do you gotta do, bro? This man can't wear no cape all day. He's a rookie. And if he throws an interception or messes up or gets sacked, get fumbles, God forbid, hurt or something, it's going to be your fault. It's not going to be his.
Right. Exactly. And like I said, I mean, like we said, Matt Eberflus is not allowing them to play in this Hall of Fame game and not getting some of these starters to play in a series or two. You're doing this team a disservice. And don't be surprised if you guys start slow. Don't be surprised. Like, people are underrating the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans, they made some sneaky good moves, and they got a sneaky good defensive line.
Absolutely. They stockpiled that team, bro.
They stockpiled that team.
Good, bro.
People are talking about, the Tennessee Titans, it's going to be an easy game. No, it's not.
They went and picked up Tony Pollard from the Dallas Cowboys, who just killed the Bears a year ago.
Always killed the Bears, right.
He murdered our defense, right?
Especially our defensive line. Oh, yeah. Man, don't be surprised.
Granted, we don't have the same defense that we had when he did the murdering, but still, he murdered the Bears, bro. That is not going to be a walk in the park. And Will Levis has caught up the speed to any level of this NFL standards. It's going to be a problem beating that team, bro. That's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, that AFC South team is going to be a problem.
Bro, especially if you don't have Caleb Williams and his offense in sync, bro. It's going to be extra problems, bro. That guy Simmons over there, what's his name? Simmons on the defensive front. He's chomping at the bit to see Caleb Williams, bro.
Oh, yeah, he wants to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, I did my Ether video. I did my diss video on him, but that's neither here nor there.
But you don't want this guy to leave Chicago smiling. And I think we play here, right? We play the Tennessee Titans here.
Yeah, here. Yes, yeah. Here.
You don't want him, Simmons, to leave Chicago telling the world, I told you so. I told you I was going to get him. I told you Caleb Williams ain't all that. You don't want that, people. You don't want that. It's been embarrassing enough in Chicago to lose to the Green Bay Packers.
Quiet, Philip, really? And he has them winning 12 or 13 games.
Look, be honest with me, bro. You're looking at this old line. Are you comfortable with Caleb Williams standing in a clean pocket back there? That's a question you have to ask yourself. 12 or 13 games on paper, that looks cute. But, bro, you still got to keep your QB upright. He still has to have time to make these plays. I got no doubt in my mind Caleb Williams will know the offensive playbook, and he'll know where he has to go with the ball. That's not a question for me. The question is, will he have time to get it there? That's
and playing in structure to get it there. That's the question.
Will his offensive line hold up long enough so a play can develop? Jeez, why are we doing this every single year?
Just like I said, the false starts is going to be a problem. The false starts has been a problem all practice long. Like, this offensive line has been a problem during practice this whole entire time during training camp.
Mm-hmm. And it just, it sickens me, bro. It sickens me when I look at where we are and how we're moving out here.
It's the same problem.
Yeah. And then you want to take your shiny new toys and sit them on the shelf for what? So they can collect dust? No, I need to see Keenan Allen and Homer Doomsday out there at least one series with Caleb Williams. I need to see that. I need to see if he's going to be able to hit DJ Moore on the deep routes and the out routes and the in routes in stride like Justin Fields was doing. I need to see if that can be accomplished, bro. We need to see this. We need to see this. We are not waiting till week 1 to see this. You're not waiting till week 1 to see this. We need to see this right now. We need certain notice on the league that this can happen. We can do this, and this can happen to you. They need to see that. They need to see that. It's just utterly ridiculous, bro. Utterly ridiculous. I don't know how many more years Ryan Poles is going to have in Chicago if this experiment does not work, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, his seat is gonna start getting hot. Like the spotlight is gonna be on Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus, because Matt Eberflus, he's also coaching for his job, this season. Believe it or not, he's also coaching for his job, because last season you didn't have this team prepared at all. Like we were giving up. We like what the beginning of last year, from the last 14 games of the 2022 season to maybe the first 4 games of the 2023 season, like you gave up 25 points a game for like 14 straight games. 25 points in 14 straight games.
Yeah, bro.
You didn't have this team prepared. That's not a player problem. That's a coaching problem.
And he's supposed to be the defensive guru. He was supposed to be the guru coming from the Indianapolis coach, bro, who's supposed to come in and bring his hits philosophy. As you so wonderfully call it, Kof. The problem was his philosophy didn't have any hits involved. There was no contact that was being made because the defense was
no contact philosophy. No contact.
Right. The stay in front of me philosophy. That's what it more was along the lines of, bro. And so, don't get me wrong, people. I don't want to see Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles fail in this town. I don't want to see that.
No,
I don't. I want to see us excel. I want to see this work.
We want this team to succeed. We want this organization to succeed. We want to be the model organization of the league. We are the Chicago Bears.
I gotta be realistic though, bro. When I see something is not working, I have to call. If I see something quacking and quacking like a duck and sounding like a duck and talking like a duck, to me, I'm gonna call it a duck. I'm not gonna pretend like it's A1. You know what I mean? That's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here, people. It's not looking good. Not looking good. At least from the outset. Now, maybe Kof, maybe they know what they're doing, and maybe we just don't. I don't know.
Maybe they do. But we're just calling it what it is. We're just calling it what it is, man. We're just calling it what it is.
Maybe, then again, Kof, maybe we're smarter than them. That's possible too. I'm just saying, bro. At some point, we got to stop the madness, bro. You got to do this right, bro. You got to do this right. You can't keep on having the same issues all the time. You keep getting the same issues all the time, then the problem is not the players. The problem is your decision making. The problem is what you're doing. The problem is your personnel moves. Those become the problem then, bro. The problem becomes you and not these players.
Exactly. Let's look at some of this. Uncle Fuzzy says at least we have 4 preseason games to work with. True.
Yeah, that's good, but how much work, Uncle Fuzzy, are we going to be able to get in those games for Caleb Williams? I don't know where the rationale comes in that where it makes sense to sit a rookie quarterback. Who does that, bro? In a first ever preseason game, first ever in
a Hall of Fame game, where this is an important game. They're going to play at home. They're going to induct Devin Hester in the Hall of Fame. They're going to induct Mongo in the Hall of Fame, and they're going to induct who else? Julius Peppers in the Hall of Fame in a Bears game. And people are paying their hard-earned money too. They were expecting to see Caleb Williams to play.
Right.
You're doing also the defense a disservice too, because they're paying their hard-earned money because they're expecting to see Caleb Williams play.
And it's fine.
You guys don't think about that?
If we're talking about seasoned veterans, say like if we had Aaron Rodgers in here and he didn't want to play the Hall of Fame game his first year with the Bears, fine. I have a problem with Aaron Rodgers not doing it. You know why? Aaron Rodgers is a professional. He's already proven to you for years on end that he knows what he's doing. 4-time league MVP, blah, 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 blah. He's got this whole resume thing working on his behalf. So if he don't want to do it, fine. Caleb is not in that situation, bro. He is not in that situation. This guy has yet to take an NFL snap. He's yet to take an NFL snap. And I'm sorry, people, but training camp, taking snaps in training camp against the top 5 defense is not taking an NFL snap. That is not. That's practice.
That's
They
practice.
are not out there trying to kill Caleb Williams. They ain't trying to knock his block off. They ain't trying to trick him into no interceptions. They're not trying
I
to
don't
do
care
none
if it's
of
a
that.
joint practice. If it's with another team, it's still not a real live game. If it's a real live game and practice are two different things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if he's a seasoned veteran, I understand. He can take the Hall of Fame game off. This is not a seasoned veteran. And who knows? Tyson Bagent may come out there and have a great game. Who knows? I don't know.
Scared money don't make money.
Exactly, Uncle Fuzzy. Exactly. You don't bring Caleb Williams in and then be scared to use him, bro. You know what I mean? You don't get rid of Justin Fields and bring this kid in and then be scared to use the kid that you brought in. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I want Caleb. Flip, I'm with you. I want Caleb Williams to win 12, 13 games this year. If the Bears are coaching him like they're doing now, not going to happen, bro.
And this is what separates good organizations from just good, from great organizations from just good organizations. You see an organization like the Kansas City Chiefs.
And good organizations from terrible organizations, because right now the Bears are looking like a terrible
organization.
That is horrible, bro. How do you do this? How do you do? And we got to do this 2 years in a row, bro. This is 2 years in a row.
It's making the same mistake.
Not doing what Luke Gessie did and trying to retool this kid and make him play some other kind of way other than the way he plays. Let this kid play his game. This is what got him to the NFL. This is what made him the #1 draft pick. You don't change this dude's throw the game. Do you have him tweak some mechanics? Yeah, you can have him with that. Well, let that kid play his game. You know what I mean? Let him play. This is what got him here. 93 touchdowns over his college career to only 14 interceptions. You do the math if you need to change anything there.
That's a how much? What, 2-to-1 rate, 3-to-1 ratio?
Bro, that's like a 5-to-1 or 8-to-1 ratio. That's something.
8-to-1 ratio.
Right. That's you 93 to 14 interceptions. Right. Easily 7.5 or something like that. It's ridiculous, bro.
That guy doesn't turn the ball over. And his fourth quarter stats are ridiculous. Like 62 touchdowns, 1 interception.
But my $1 million question is, when we gonna get a chance to see that? Okay, Mr. Goodnight, what's going on there, Big D? I see you out here, bro. He said, relax, let the coaches do their job, trust the process. You're just ready. They know. Okay, I hear you, bro, and I feel you on that. But D, we saw this last year, bro. We saw this same kind of show last year. They got in preseason. They fell in love with 2 screen passes that Justin Fields threw that went for 30 or 80 yards for touchdowns, and then all of a sudden, we don't need to do nothing else. We ready. And we started out 0-4 because they was ready in preseason. Come on, bro. We can't keep doing this. Right now, it's time to light a fire under our leadership, bro. We gotta light a fire. We gotta
put pressure on them, man. Seriously, we do.
Because right now, Matt Eberflus, he didn't call a hall pass after last year. Truth be told, he should have been gone with his coaching staff last year, bro. He should have been gone with his coaching staff. When Luke Gessie left town, he should have left with him, bro.
Justin Fields was a scapegoat, bro.
Well, I don't know if he necessarily was a scapegoat. He just wasn't Ryan Poles' pick. And that's fine. He didn't have to be Ryan Poles' pick. What Ryan Poles did was make a big chess move. Like I said earlier, he moved him from the king position and put Justin Fields in the pawn position by shipping him out. And now you put Caleb Williams in this position. You got to make sure that your piece is the right piece to be the king. And you want to keep your king upright. You want to keep him upright, bro. You got a shaky offensive line in front of this kid already? Come on, man. We can't keep doing that. Year in and year out, we can't keep doing that, bro.
I would have loved Vrabel. Mike Vrabel? What do you think about that?
Yeah, Mike Vrabel's a smart coach. He believes in a stout offensive line. He will ground and pound you to death. Now, Mike Vrabel is not going to give you a pass-happy offense, which is what the Bears were shooting for, but Mike Vrabel is a winning coach in this league.
He would have signed Connor Williams, of course. He would have signed him.
Absolutely. I think Mike Vrabel would have. He'd have spent a lot of money. He'd had Ryan Poles spending a lot of money on that offensive line because he knows the importance of it, bro. And he probably, wait for it, would have moved Nate Davis because he knows that guy. Probably would have moved him up out of there, bro. Real talk, man. You know,
Uncle Fuzzy
Vrabel
says
would be
never had a turnover on fourth down. I think you mean fourth quarter. His fourth quarter
right,
stats.
right in USC. Yeah. Only thing about it is, though, Uncle Fuzzy, is this, bro. This is not USC.
It's not. Yeah, it's not college, bro. It's not college.
The NFL. These big boys will figure out a way to make you have a turnover in the fourth quarter. They will make that happen. You know. But you know, only thing I'm saying is it's great that Caleb Williams is gifted enough to play off schedule. But at some point, you got to allow that kid enough time in the pocket to make the on schedule plays. That's part of the game too, people. Off schedule is spectacular stuff. He looks great when he's running around and he's saving the day and he's throwing a bomb down the field to a wide open dude, nobody around that guy within 30 yards. You know, that looks great. But guess what? That doesn't happen all the time in the NFL. You need to be able to manage the game. And that requires you making these schedule plays, being in the pocket, making the right read, getting rid of the ball in a quality amount of time quickly. You got to be able to do it quickly. You cannot run around all day in the NFL and survive. It's not going to happen, bro. As great as Lamar Jackson is at running around all day and keeping plays alive, he's not going to, he hasn't survived the full season before last season. That guy hasn't survived the full season in about the last 3 or 4 seasons. It's tough. You're asking a lot of a quarterback if you're asking him to do that.
But guess what? Here's the thing about John Harbaugh. He's able to invest in an offensive line to protect Lamar Jackson as opposed to Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles. That's the difference. And that's why Lamar Jackson has so much time in the pocket to make those throws.
If I'm totally honest, though, Cove, this is really on Ryan Poles because he has the control of the finances that the Bears are spending right now. He can tell them where to spend his money. They're going to listen to him, bro. They're listening to this man. They're letting him build this team. This is why we got DJ Moore. This is why we got Keenan Allen. This is why we got Roman Doomsday. This is why we got Caleb Williams. This is why we got Gerald Everett. This is why we are building this team like we are. This is why this defense has all the players that it's got on it, the Tyreek Stevensons and what have you. This is why we paid Jalen Johnson on defense. This is why Montez Sweat is in town. But is Montez Sweat the only dude you're going to plan on paying, bro? Is this the only guy? Come on, man. Come on, bro. We don't need a basement bargain price with everything, bro. Let's see. Mr. Goodnight says, what? I thought that was what you wanted. The magical ninja. Look, Mr. Goodnight. I am fine with Caleb Williams being our QB. He was not my choice initially. I'm a Justin Fields fan through and through. But he's not a horrible choice. This guy can play football. What they can't do is allow this rookie to be thrown into the fire like Justin Fields just was for the last 3 years. Give him time. Build a pocket in front of him so he's protected. Give him time to figure out the speed of the game at this level. You're not doing him no favors by giving him a makeshift offensive line that I was never comfortable with when they started putting it together, and having this guy have to flush out the pocket and put a cape on in his first, second, and third NFL game to play Superman. That's ridiculous. You don't do that to a rookie quarterback, bro. You got to make this game easy for him coming in. You know why Tom Brady was able to win so early in his career? Because Bill Belichick had that offense running like a well-oiled machine, and he made it easy for him. He had a great offensive line in front of that dude. Tom Brady could stand back there with his hands in his pocket, staying warm, snap the ball, whoop, and it's gone. Just that quick, bro. Just that quick. You want this guy making off-schedule passes, off-schedule plays in his first and second game? Really? In the NFL? Can he learn what the schedule is first for the plays? Can he do that much?
You said they were cheating. LOL. Wow.
We're not gonna get into that, bro. Might be some truth to that, but we're not gonna get into that. We're talking about the Patriots, people. We talking about the Patriots.
Hey, at least they had a good offensive line, dude. You can't deny that.
They had a great offensive line. Them guys
can't deny that, even though they were cheating. Even though they were cheating, yeah, great offensive line.
That's my point. That's my point. You spend money on Keenan Allen, you bring him in. You bring in DJ Moore. You spend money on him. You go and draft Roman Doomsday. You go and get Gerald Everett. You go spend big money on Montez Sweat, which is a great piece. I have no problem with spending money on Montez Sweat. But come on, bro. You don't think the man deserves protection up front? We going to Walmart shopping for offensive linemen? Come on, bro. What we doing, man? Trent Williams was out here for a minute. We could have got Trent Williams, bro, from the San Francisco 49ers. Come on, bro. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. What are we doing out here?
I'm gonna end this soon. Any final thoughts before we end this show?
My only final thought is I pray to God that we got this thing right for once. I'm grateful for what Ryan Poles has done. Don't get me wrong, people. I think he's brought in some beautiful toys for this team, but having them to sit out in the first preseason game ever for all these guys playing together, I think it's utterly ridiculous. That's on Matt Eberflus's part, and having a makeshift offensive line that right now is struggling to give proper protection to Caleb Williams is unacceptable at this point, bro. We got to be better than this, bro. We got to be better than this. So 10 wins, I'm requiring that of Caleb Williams this year, but I'm not putting the pressure on him for that. That is more for his management. You gave this guy all of these toys around him. You claim you got the offensive line together and what have you. Let's see. And if it's not together, guess what? You better hurry up and make some moves and fix it, or you're going to be gone next.
Exactly. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. Mr. Goodnight, thank you for your thoughts. Uncle Fuzzy, Chicago Sports Michael, bro. You got to DM me, bro. You just can't come on my channel and say, hey, can I just drop in? Because, I mean, like, we're in the middle of a show. We're on schedule.
Mike, you know we love to have you, bro.
We love to have you, bro.
Yeah.
But you gotta let me know before time, you know, because that's the way I work, you know. I don't like just let people in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I did that before and it didn't go too well. I don't know if I want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. Ron, Uncle Fuzzy, Philip, even though you're delusional in your thinking.
Listen, he's a diehard Bears fan, bro. He's a diehard Bears fan.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah. Ayo, Mike, everybody, man. We appreciate you, brothers, man. Plot twist. Maybe they're letting things go down this way to get him used to NFL timing.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Ayo, I don't know how that helps him get used to it, though. If he's not playing, all he's doing is watching. He doing what we doing. He might well be playing Madden with me.
Right, exactly.
He might be playing. You might as well be playing Madden, man. You know. So now I don't think that helps him though, bro. You got to get out there on the field. You got to get it in real time. When you say hike, you got to see how fast. You got to see how fast I'm trying to think of some defensive edges. Daniil Hunter, you got to see how fast he's coming off the edge. You got to see the speed of a TJ Watt and see what that looks like in real time. You got to see Jadeveon Clowney. You got to see, I don't know, help me out, coach, some other names of defensive edges. I can't think of none right now.
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett, there you go.
Daniil Hunter.
Daniil Hunter. You got to see.
TJ Watt.
The Rashard Garys. You got to see what that speed looks like coming at you real time. You got to see what that speed looks like coming at you real time. And you're not getting that from Montez Sweat. Look at what they did in practice. They had a rule in the practice, and I don't know if you guys are privy to this.
Yeah, Montez Sweat made contact with him.
Right, you're not supposed to make contact with the quarterback. Montez Sweat went in there, and he touched him up a little bit. That's what he's going to experience. So what did they do to Montez Sweat? They kicked him out.
They're actually going to tackle you. They're actually going to put you down.
Right.
They're going to put you down.
He needs real game experience. You cannot coddle this kid. And to be honest with you, Cole, I don't think Caleb Williams wants to be coddled, bro.
He even said that in his press conference. He said that he wanted to play.
This kid wants to play and he wants to win. The question that they asked him when they asked him what was his first message to Chicago Bears fans when he got drafted, one question for the Bears fans was, "Are you ready to win?" That's what the man said. This is what you want as a leader, people. You want a guy who's got that mentality. That's that mama mentality, that Kobe thing going on, bro. You want that in the locker room.
Brady mentality.
Come on, man. What we doing? And now you want to
Brady mentality.
Those are numbers I
What
can
did he
let
say?
him watch and run it back to see his timing is matching him. Okay. I can let him watch and run it back and see how his timing is matching in practice. And that may be something they don't want aired to the public just yet. Mills, this is proof to me, my brother, in all due respect, I appreciate you, but this proof to me that you don't get in the trenches, that you haven't got out there playing some football with these guys, bro. It's a different speed altogether, and you're not catching up to that in practice, bro. It's not happening in practice, bro. It's not happening. The intricacies that a defense is going to run at you, or opposing team's defense is going to run at you, the complexities, the stunts, the blitzes, you're not seeing that from your team in practice. Nobody does that in practice. They're not even letting the Bears players touch him in practice. How's he going to get ready for contact from the Green Bay Packers? Not that happening, bro. This is why he needs
Vikings,
preseason games, bro. He needs these preseason games. He needs to get the contact. He needs to get the welcome to the NFL.
Let's not forget about Detroit Lions, man. They beefed up their defensive line, man.
Yeah.
DJ Reader, man, they just signed him.
Aiden Hutchinson is chomping at the bit. He can't wait to try to get at Caleb Williams. I guarantee you Aiden Hutchinson got that.
Oh, man. I bet he can't wait. He's licking his chops.
Yeah, bro, these guys, and even the rookie over there with the Minnesota Vikings, wasn't the Dallas Turner?
Turner?
He wants to make a name for himself. What better way to make that name than to knock the block over Caleb Williams? Come on, man. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? You got to get him ready so when these guys come flying at him, he knows how to handle it. And I'm not saying that he can't handle it, Ayo. I'm not saying that he can't, bro. I don't know if he can. We don't know if he can. He hasn't been seen dealing with this kind of pressure yet. This is all I'm saying, bro. And when that pressure gets there, what if somebody lays the wood to him? How's he going to react? Some guys get hit and they check out of the game, bro. They're no longer good. You got to get them out of there. They might as well have a concussion and be sitting on the sideline at that point because that contact changes their perspective on how they attack the game, bro. Mm-hmm. They're more worried about this guy coming to hit them now than they are looking downfield to see where the play needs to be made at. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm talking about. Says the numbers guy, I can give you a lot of scenarios on how they're scheming. Okay, that's cute. Scheming and playing, two different things, bro. You can do all the scheming in the world. Until you get out there and play and try to execute those schemes against a defense that's trying to blow those schemes up or that blows those schemes up in your face, you're not going to know how to react to that, bro. You're not going to know how to react to that. You have the best schemes in the world, and it won't matter, bro. It's real game time play that's going to make this work for the Bears.
All I hear is what you need is what are you talking about, Ayo?
What does that mean, bro?
What does that mean?
To satisfy your
fandom. No, man, we're just speaking facts, man.
This ain't about fandom, bro. This ain't about fandom. This is about NFL play on the field. Hey, yo, I have I've been a diehard Bears fan since I was about 4, 5, 6, maybe 6, 7 years old, something like that. Bro, I've been watching the Bears go through these hells and these high watermark years for the longest time. I am telling you, and I'm a diehard football fan, so it's not just the Bears that I watch. I am telling you, for a team to be ready to play, to a quarterback to be ready to play at the NFL level, he needs real game experience. I guarantee you, if he plays in these preseason games, just that short amount of time, because they're not going to play him for the entire game, just that short amount of time being out on that field, getting those defensive players who are hungry on the other side and maybe still trying to make the team themselves for these other teams, getting that game speed at him is going to get him quick and ready to go. Some things, you know, look like a boxer, bro. You know a little bit. You know about boxing, bro. You get a boxer in training, and he can hit the rising bag all day long. He can throw the big punches. He can do the fist work and all this here. He can do the 1-2s, and all that stuff. He can do the bobbing and weaving all day till he get in the ring with another boxer trying to knock his block off and not sitting there standing still like that rising bag is. Yeah, I know what that's like, bro. I don't care how much training you do, bro. You're training.
Yeah, man. It's like that whole quote with what Mike Tyson was saying. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, man.
Thank you. That's all I'm talking about. Thank you, Iron Mike. Mike know what I'm talking about.
Actually,
everybody's ready.
Too. Actually, I don't know if I told you. I actually seen him in person one time.
Oh, you met Mike Tyson?
I didn't meet him, but I saw him in person.
You saw him. Okay. Yeah.
But that quote is so true, though. It's so true.
With some big name people out there.
It's so true, though, because I mean, I did do a little bit of boxing, and it's like a whole different perspective. It's like when you get in the ring, you don't really know how it is until you actually do the job. Like,
of course.
And
Coach, listen, bro. Once you get rocked,
I got rocked before, and it's like
it'll make you throw everything out the window.
It makes you think,
that they just train you to do. And when you come back to the corner, the trainer got to tell you, stick to the game plan. He got to put you back on track because that dude just rocked your block. And you ain't sure that what you're doing is what you need to be doing to stay alive in front of this dude. So it's about real time experience, bro. You got to get his feet out there and get it wet, bro. Do all the practicing in the world, bro. You got to get your feet wet.
Anyway, guys, I thank all y'all for coming, man.
Appreciate
Make sure to like and subscribe. And I don't know. I probably might stream the Hall of Fame game. Who knows, man? Thursday. It's this.
Yeah,
Thursday,
I think Ron was asking you that earlier, bro. That was like the second comment he put out here. Was you going to go live during the Hall of Fame game?
I might go live. I gotta see. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for coming. Make sure to like and subscribe for my content. And as always, guys, we know how we always ended here. Claws up. Bear down. All right, guys. Peace.
That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood. We'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday.